Imagine buying a brand new car this year and it's still sitting unsold on a dealer lot in 2028. That's not a hypothetical, it's the current reality for one 2026 model. At the current sales pace, it would take dealers 1,655 days to clear existing inventory, even if not a single new unit arrived. That's over 4.5 years just to sell what's already sitting there. That's not the only one. There are at least 7 more brand new 2020 Alts vehicles sitting on American dealer lots right now. Some with fewer than 50 units sold nationwide in the last month and a half, some where the manufacturer has quietly stopped competing for the model year entirely, and one electric SUV so unwanted that a buyer today might not see it find an owner until 2027 or later. Every number in this video comes from real dealer inventory data, market day supply figures tracked across US dealerships, sales volume from the last 45 days, and pricing pulled directly from manufacturer listings. This isn't opinion. By the time we get to number 1, you'll understand exactly why some of the biggest names in the auto industry are sitting on inventory they can't move. Today we're counting down 8 brand new 2026 vehicles that Americans are simply not buying, and what unites nearly all of them isn't bad engineering. It's a mismatch between what manufacturers built, what they're charging for it, and what American buyers are actually willing to pay right now, ranked from concerning to genuinely brutal. Let's get into it. Number 8. Fiat 500e. Let's start gently. The Fiat 500e is the only model keeping Fiat's US presence alive, and it simply hasn't found an audience here. It's a genuinely charming small EV, great in a European city, awkward in a country built around highway commutes and long ranges. That's the core issue. It's not a badly made car, it's a car whose design philosophy doesn't match how Americans actually drive. As of this year, Fiat's own consumer site was still advertising the prior model year well into spring, which tells you how little urgency there is to move current stock. Number 7. Toyota Mirai. The Mirai is a hydrogen fuel cell sedan, and on paper the numbers are genuinely impressive. Over 400 miles of range, a $52,990 price bundled with up to $15,000 or 6 years of free fuel. The problem is infrastructure. Public hydrogen stations in the US are essentially limited to parts of California, which means for most Americans, buying a Mirai isn't really an option regardless of how good the deal looks. Even with sales technically up compared to last year, the Mirai only moved 63 units nationwide in the most recent 45-day window. Great engineering, chasing a fueling network that doesn't exist yet. Number 6. Audi Q6 Sportback e-tron. Here's where it gets uncomfortable for a major luxury brand. The Q6 Sportback e-tron starts near $70,000, delivers over 300 miles of range and 456 horsepower, genuinely competitive specs. And it's posted single-digit sales in some recent months. Audi is technically skipping the standard 2026 model year for this car as it transitions its EV naming structure, which has left dealers holding inventory nobody's rushing to buy. For comparison, a Hyundai Ioniq 5N makes more horsepower for $8,000 less. When the competition undercuts you that badly on price and power, spec sheets stop mattering. Number 5. Dodge Charger. The reborn Charger, now offered in EV and 6-cylinder form, has struggled to find its footing. Current market day supply sits above 400 days, meaning dealers already have well over a year of Chargers sitting on lots before the next shipment even matters. Muscle car buyers wanted the V8 Rumble. What they got instead was a heavier, more expensive vehicle caught in transition between combustion and electric identity. The result is a nameplate with real brand loyalty that's currently sitting mostly unsold. Quick favor before the top 4, if this is helping you avoid a bad deal, tap that like button. The picks coming up are where the real inventory disasters live. Number 4. Jeep Grand Wagoneer. The Grand Wagoneer represents Jeep's full swing at the ultra-luxury full-size SUV market, with top trims pushing past $100,000. The buyer pool at that price point is tiny, and Jeep's reputation was built on off-road capability, not Range Rover rivaling luxury. Current inventory sits at over 460 days of supply. The average Grand Wagoneer on a lot today could still be there over a year from now. High fuel costs and a market shifting towards smaller, more efficient vehicles haven't helped a nearly 3-ton luxury SUV priced beyond what most buyers can justify. Number 3. Porsche Taycan. Porsche's flagship EV proved a sports car brand could go electric without losing its soul. Early adopters paid a premium for that proof. Years later, that enthusiasm has cooled considerably. As pricing climbed and EV competition intensified, from brands offering more range for less money, dealers have been left holding more Taycan inventory than the market is currently absorbing. It's still an excellent car to drive, it's just increasingly hard to justify the price against newer EVs doing almost everything it does for tens of thousands less. Number 2. Ford Mustang Mach-E. This one is genuinely surprising, because the Mach-E is Ford's best-selling Mustang variant, outselling the traditional gas coupe by roughly 6,000 units a year. Yet its market day supply sits at nearly 550 days, one of the highest figures of any EV in the country. Pricing tells part of the story. A base Mach-E starts almost $3,000 above a Hyundai Ioniq 5, which offers more range for less money. The interior has also drawn criticism as Spartan relative to the price. Raw sales popularity and inventory turnover are two very different things. Number 1. Volkswagen ID.4. And topping the list, the one that should genuinely worry Volkswagen. The ID.4 has been the single slowest selling car in America for months running. Current inventory sits north of 480 days of supply, with some reports pushing past 500, meaning an ID.4 sitting on a lot today may not find a buyer until 2027 or later. This is Volkswagen's flagship mainstream EV, meant to be their answer to the Model Y. With the federal EV tax credit gone, pricing pressure from cheaper, longer-range competitors, and a brand that struggled to build EV trust in the US, the ID.4 is the clearest single example of how fast early EV momentum can evaporate once incentives disappear and the competition catches up. It's not a niche car, it's Volkswagen's flagship mainstream EV, and American buyers have collectively decided to skip it. So there they are, 8 new cars sitting on American dealer lots in 2026 that buyers just aren't showing up for. From a hydrogen sedan chasing infrastructure that doesn't exist, to Volkswagen's flagship EV sitting unsold for over a year and a half. None of these are bad vehicles, most are genuinely well engineered, but a car is a financial decision as much as a transportation one, and every model here represents a mismatch between price, timing, and what American buyers are actually willing to pay for right now. So what does this mean for you? If you're shopping and one of these fits what you need, this is exactly where your negotiating leverage is. High inventory means dealers are motivated to move metal. And it's worth watching where this goes next. If manufacturers keep pricing EVs and luxury trims above what the market will bear, expect more aggressive incentives, deeper discounts, and possibly production cuts on some of these very models before the next model year lands. I want to hear from you. Have you considered one of these? Are you sitting in a dealership right now looking at one? Drop your story in the comments. If this helped, hit like, subscribe for more straight data on what's actually selling in America, and I'll see you in the next one.